Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sonia J. And as you can see from the title today, we are here with another Teen Mom Young and Pregnant review video. This is for episode 18, obviously. And as you guys have already heard by now, this show is pretty much canceled after this season is over. Well, it is over actually. Yeah, this is the last episode, and then we're going to go on into the reunion. I think it's a two-parter. Now, I watched this on DVR, so my DVR stops, like, literally once the show stops, the DVR stops. So I didn't get to see if there was, like, a freaking reunion, like, coming next week, because it didn't actually show the clip of the reunion. You know how normally it shows you the clip for next week? But my DVR cut off, so maybe they did show it. I just didn't get to see it. Also, don't mind the noise. You guys know my mom. My son is in my room playing, and he is going crazy. Also, don't mind the lighting because I have guests over, so it's going to be a little extra loud in the background. I'm so sorry, but I have my family over this weekend, so I had to record in a different area, and the lighting is a little shadowy, as you can tell, and it may be a little loud, but we're going to get through this review. I got a lot to say. We're going to get through it, okay? I got downtime, so let's get into it. Alright, so now we're going to talk about Brianna. Like, to be honest, like, what did I tell y'all last week? What did I tell y'all? She's the type of girl that, like her mom said in the episode this week, Brianna, you say one thing, but do another. Because that's exactly what she does. And what did I say in last week's review? I said that Brianna's the type of girl that she may say that she, you know, wants the best for Grayson, and she doesn't want to just let anybody in and out of his life, and she wants to make sure he's emotionally stable and doesn't get attached. But then turns around and does the exact opposite and gets with anybody that's willing to be with her and taking her son. And it moves in with them like that, wants to get back with them or be with them like that. Like, you literally just got out of a situationship. I mean, okay, it was a relationship, but at first it was a situationship. And before they became boyfriend and girlfriend, she had him living in the house with her. Yeah, she did. Because he was already, like, visiting all the time and, like, coming over and kicking it a lot before he actually asked her to be his girlfriend at the little restaurant they were at together. So it's like you say one thing, Brianna, and do another. And like I said in the last review, didn't I say this? Like, she's the type of girl, and I know she loves her son. Don't get me wrong. I know she loves her son. I believe she loves her son. But I believe she's the type of girl that she cares more, even though she wants to care more about her son's well-being and his emotional state and all that. And I believe she wants to, and I believe she loves her son. However, because she never had her father in her life, she's never had that male love, that male figure, and then her mom's never really been stable. Let's keep it 100. Even to this day, they barely are stable now, and that's only because Brianna's grown and has to help out. But Brianna's mom's never really been that stable. I think, honestly, she's just looking for love, affection, and like unconditional, undying love and affection in the wrong people, because she never had it from her father, which she should have had. Every child deserves to have their father, and she didn't get that. And then on top of that, even though her mom did the best she could, she loves her, she is a little bit unstable as far as, like, financial stability. I'm not going to say she's, like, unstable as far as, like, mentally or physically or anything, but, like, financial stability. And that matters. And it's like, honestly, I'm not even going to go into Brianna. I went in on her last week. I'm not going in on her. I'm not surprised. You know, I'm not surprised that she went to see Danae. Or, I'm sorry, Milo. Like I said in last week's review, why does she need to see him? Well, you know why? Because she got dumped by her last boyfriend, and she feels butthurt, and she, like I said, cares more about having a dick or a pussy next to her, keeping her warm, than she does about her son not calling every dude that comes in and out daddy. Didn't I say this last week? She's more concerned about that than her son's emotional state and well-being, as far as having different people in and out and influencing him. Whether that be good, maybe, but it could be bad. And it's bad to have people in and out and you got him confused thinking everyone's his dad. and I understand you have a relationship with Milo from back in the day and you guys have a rapport, but sometimes you don't need to get back with your ex. They're your ex for a reason. Also, I understand he may be a new person, but it's like you're moving so quick. It's like, how I can't even believe that you're taking this seriously, because it's like you just got dumped and now you're moving on to someone else. Like I said, she cares more about having someone next to her than she does making sure she's good and making sure it's stable for her son. Loves her son, but at the end of the day, who's next to her in bed is more important. At least now, while she's still young. And if this would be okay if she wasn't a mom. If she wasn't a mom, you could date Milo again, fine. Have everybody in and out your bed. Because you're a mom and you have your young and unimpressionable son calling men that are not your husband and barely even your boyfriend, calling them daddy on national TV, or at least TV that's showing in the United States, that's embarrassing. That's a problem. So, but I don't really have nothing else to say to her. If she wants to do what she wants to do, I just feel bad for Brayson. That's just really all I can say. And also, I kind of noticed that Brianna and Rachel have a hard time taking advice from people and hearing the truth, especially from their mothers. Like, every time either one of their mothers tries to give them the truth or advice, even if it's the truth or it's good advice and actually really will help them, they don't want to hear it, or they're quick to snap and like cuss and get irritated. And it's like, let's just move on. I'm done with Brianna. Okay, so we see for Kayla's part in this episode that Isaiah is turning 2 and Stefan is not invited to the party. Kayla and Luke decided to come down to visit everyone where they're like from, to have Isaiah's party in their hometown. And what's his name? Stefan wasn't invited because he hasn't been, since they had that meeting and he said he was going to start showing up and being there and da-da-da. He still hasn't seen Isaiah. He still hasn't paid his $40 child support. So, she's just like, you still don't want to see him. You still don't text, call, ask about him. And you can't even pay $40 a month. And every time she talks to him, because I think she did try to talk to him one time, maybe twice, but at least one time. And every time she tries to, he always like gets mad and tries to like make it seem like it's Kayla's fault that he doesn't reach out to her to see his son, and that, oh, he's been busy working, that's why he hasn't seen his son. But we keep seeing him in every scene with his girlfriend going out to eat at diners. But you don't have time to see your son because you're working. Like, knock it off. So we see that Stefan and his girlfriend are at a diner, again, eating, and he's complaining and giving his baby daddy, baby mama drama to her and talking about how, oh, I'm a shitty father and I should have everybody around me feel bad for me because I'm a shitty father. I don't call or text or do anything to check up on my son. I don't pay the $40 a month payment for child support. I don't see my son for months, and I don't even really want to because every time my baby mama asks if I want to see him, I'm busy. But you should feel sorry for me. Please feel sorry for me. And surprisingly, in this scene, his girlfriend finally told him, honestly, like, why don't you reach out to your baby mama and try to see your son? Like, why don't you make the first move? Maybe you should do that. And he kind of didn't really know what to say. He kind of just tried to play it off and make another excuse. And she was just kind of looking like, okay. Like, I can kind of tell that she's getting tired of his complaining. And I kind of knew eventually she would. Because I can kind of tell, like, from watching all the scenes from each episode, that after a while she was just kind of looking more and more like, okay, I'm tired of hearing this. Also, I knew eventually she would get tired of it, because it's like, after a while, it's like, okay, that's all you do is talk about your ex. Like, we talk about something else. And I understand it's probably just on camera, but still, I'm sure he does this behind closed doors. As well, I think eventually she's going to pick up on the fact that she may be in Kayla's shoes if she don't play her cards right. So, she would want to leave him. Or if she wants to be a baby mama to him, which I don't know why she would want to, but if she does, she would want to get him to act right before he would be a baby daddy to her. So don't mind if you hear kids in the background. Like I said, I got company over, and my son and my nephews are out there. So yeah, and then Kayla, I think, texted Stefan to see if he wants to, like, she texted him something about Isaiah, and he basically went off on her again and tried to make it seem like it was her fault, and she told Luke, and Luke kind of basically started getting irritated and was like, I don't want to hear that shit no more. Basically, it was like, I just don't want to hear it, like, stop. And she was like, you getting mad? Like, she could tell he was getting mad. I'm sure we all could. And in my opinion, like, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of my mood too. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about Stefan no more. I'm done with Stefan. Stop showing him annoying. But I will say, as her boyfriend, as the father of her child, you need to be a listening ear. I'm not saying that you gotta listen to every single story, because at the end of the day, that is her ex. I understand you don't want to listen and hear about him all the time, but sometimes, like, especially when he's, like, being disrespectful, or when she's upset about something, or when it's about an event coming up that has to do with Isaiah, and it's like she's kind of, like, upset that he's not doing what he needs to do. Like, there are certain times when you do need to be a listening ear, even though it's an ex, but they have a bond because they have a child, and that'll never change. So it's like, you should be a listening ear, especially since you are her new man and the father of her child. But, you know, it was on camera. Maybe he just said that on camera because he was irritated, and then probably after camera they talked about it, you know. So, but I'm just saying, like, in that moment, it did, like, I understood where he was coming from, but then it was like, you kind of need to talk to her about it because she needs a listening ear, especially since you guys are the only ones out here. She needs someone to talk to while she's out here. But maybe that was just for the cameras, and then once the cameras are over, they talked. So, you know, that probably happened. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And we find out, like we already knew, Stefan ain't shit. And Kayla at the end of the episode basically said, like, it's basically like Stefan really ain't his dad, Luke is. So hopefully the reunion's coming out soon so we can see what Stefan has to say about that, but who cares? Alright, so on Rachel's part, it's pretty much not too much going on other than the fact that Cody and Rachel made up and they're back together, and Rachel and her mom have like a little talk in the living room, I guess, about like what Rachel's gonna do since she's having another baby. And Rachel's basically like just shrugging it off like it's no big deal. Like she's gonna get her and Cody are gonna get a house before the baby gets here. She's gonna somehow magically get a part-time job before the baby gets here. And they're gonna be able to save up all this magical money and move away and get a house. Don't mind the kids. Don't mind the kids. But that's what Rachel said. So I think either she's slightly off or she's a little delusional. Because, like, the girl just says stuff that I just be like, Rachel, like, do you hear yourself? And then it's like, I understand you're a teenager, you get annoyed when your mom tells you stuff. I get it, you want to do what you want to do. I get it. However, it's just like, I get it, but at the same time I don't, because it's like the stuff your mom be telling you is not even nothing that's like annoying or that's like you don't need to hear. It's stuff that actually really will help you, and you're a fucking mom. Like if you were just a regular teenager and you just want to do shit, okay, whatever. But Rachel, you're not a regular teenager, so you don't have the right to try to get snooty and act like I'm a teenager. Like no, you're not a teenager anymore. You are, but you're not. And it's like the way you react to when your mom tries to tell you to do stuff that grown women are supposed to do when they're becoming a mom and an adult. Like, it's just, you act like a little ass kid, and it's just like, you make no sense to me. Like, you say stuff that makes no sense. Like, you, girl. And so that's what I have to say about that. And then sadly, we find out that she ends up having a miscarriage. Which is really sad. I know she was upset about that. Her mom was upset. Cody was upset. That was a sad moment, and that was upsetting, you know. Even though she's young, and even though, you know, she probably wasn't ready for another child, it's still sad to go through that, because it's like, you don't wish that on nobody. You don't want that, and you don't want to know what that feels like. Like, you would rather go through it and just struggle than to have to lose it and never know what that feels like, you know. And that's sad, and I feel bad for her. I hope she's okay, and, you know, the good thing about it is she's young and she'll have more. And I know that sounds insensitive to say, but it's like, that's the honest truth. And honestly, miscarriages are more common for women than we talk about. So it's just like, I really hope she's okay, and I do know she'll be fine. But I wish the best for her, and hopefully that she is able to come up and come out of it, and, you know, she does better for her daughter. and she makes better decisions from here on out, you know. But that's about it for Rachel. We're gonna move on. Girl, Ashley's part took me out. You hear me? She took me out. We're gonna start from the beginning, but I just need to tell you that the ending of this episode took me the fuck out. I was shooked. I did not expect to see what I saw. I literally had to pause that scene and go back to it a whole ass hour later. I couldn't complete it. Like, I literally had to pause it when it got crazy and wild. I paused it. I was in disbelief. I was shooketh. And I said, I'm going to come back to this because I can't. Did everything else I needed to do. Took a whole ass hour. Had to collect my thoughts. And I came back and finished it. We're going to get into it. Like, okay, first off, Mama T used the key words in this episode. And these are the key words in a lot of my videos because a lot of people don't know how to do this. So on this channel, I'm going to teach you how. Okay, ready? Accountability. Accountability is the key word in a lot of videos I post. And Mama T used it today, okay? Accountability. Bar is not good at taking any. He can't take it. He won't take it. He denies it. Okay? And I know Ashley's like lightweight from the Bay Area. I don't think there's no lightweight. She pretty much is. So it's like, I know, you know, there's a lot of rough buckets out there. Okay? So I'm not too surprised she found a bar for a baby daddy. But it's just like, and maybe I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. Maybe I'm reading her wrong, and if I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know what vibes y'all get from Ashley. I'm curious. You know, I'm curious. I fuck with Ashley, but let me know what vibes y'all get from Ashley, because I just want to know what y'all feel. Because I'm going to just tell you how I feel. I feel like, I think she's pretty. I think that she has a good head on her shoulders. I think she's a little hood, and she has ratchet moments, and in this episode, she showed it. But I do think that she's smart. I think that she seems like, she has a direction in life that she knows where she wants to go. I think that she seems like she's a good mom. She looked real cute in that first scene, honey. Okay, I was like, yes, makeup and wig go off. And she seems like when she's with you, she's really with you and she's loyal. And it seems like she has a good family and she comes from a good upbringing. And she's kind of like a good balance of not too ghetto or hood, but at the same time, she's not like bougie or nothing like that. Like she can mix with the better, classier people, not better, but you know what I mean. Like the people who have better access to success and stuff in life, and who are of higher class. That's what I mean. And then the people who also like, you know, a little hood. She can roll with them too. Like, I like Ashley, and she seems relatable to me and the girls I know. So, you know, I'm not surprised she's with a bar. And I'm not surprised she got pregnant by a bar. It just sucks. But I'm just surprised she's still entertaining it. That's what I'm surprised. Now, I follow her on Instagram, and from Instagram it seems like they're not together and they still haven't been together for a while. So they probably really did break up when they broke up. But it's just because it's been kind of like they still was fucking with each other off and on. And then also it's like Bar still has feelings for her, so he acts petty as fuck. It makes it look confusing like they're still off and on. But they really haven't been. And I think since the show like probably stopped recording, they really don't fuck with each other like that anymore. That's what I think. And that's what it seems like. But at the same time, I don't know. We don't know, you know. But I know she's going to always have to deal with him, but it's just like, at this point, it's just like, if you don't need to deal with Bar, just don't. Like, you know he's petty boots. At this point, it's like, if you're fucking with a new dude, don't tell Bar unless he's actually really your boyfriend. And you guys really are kind of thinking about doing something. Because other than that, he don't really need to know. You know, like, you know how he is and what does he need to know for? Still don't agree with Holly meeting that dude. She didn't need to meet him. I can tell that Mama T has love for Bar. I can tell that she looks at Bar kind of like a son. And in a way, I feel like I understand that because he has been in you and Ashley's life for 4 years. He's the father of your granddaughter. However, I just feel like sometimes And I get it. Listen, I get it, Mama T. Like, you love Bar, and he has been there for a while. Also, you're trying to play devil's advocate. I get it. But at the same time, I ain't gonna lie, this is just where I'm coming from. Let me know if y'all agree or don't. Sometimes it feels like when Ashley is telling you how she feels and why she's upset, it do feel a little bit, like you're kind of like, well, what about Bar's feelings? Like, you don't say that verbatim, but I mean, like, the way you come off when you be like, well, how do you think Bar will feel if da-da-da-da? It comes off like you're kind of saying, like, what about Bar's feelings? Now, I get it. Like I said, you're probably playing devil's advocate. However, you do it so often, it does kind of come off like you're doing that. Now, I don't believe that's what your intentions are. I'm just saying it comes off that way. And I feel like this is the only thing I'm saying, because I get you love him, but it's just like, I just wish a little bit that you didn't say that as often, because I feel like Bar doesn't deserve for his feelings to really be accounted for, because he's put Ashley through a lot. He's a Dusty, and I'm sorry, Bar, but you're a Dusty. You're petty as fuck. You messy boots. And on top of that, you abused Ashley once, but one time too many. And once you do that, I have no respect for you. I think Bar has a great personality, but do I respect him as a man? No. I'm sorry, and I don't. And I have reasons for it. It's not just because I'm just trying to be rude. It's because you've given me plenty of reasons to not respect you. I know what a real man looks like, so I have a reason to say that he's not one. He will be one day, maybe. And hopefully he will, but today, no. And I hate to say that, but I'm just keeping it real. And you can get mad, but this is what you're giving on TV. So give better presentations and I can give you a better grade. Also, Ashley, let's get on you. Because like I said, the key word, accountability. Bitch, I literally had to pause the episode and say, what the fuck was this? Like, I literally was shook. If you don't, like, y'all think I'm playing, I'm not. I was shook. And I literally had to pause it and come back an hour later, because I was like, she didn't just do that. She did not just do that. She did not just do that. Then on top of it, had to insult to injury. She had the nerve to claim the opportunist as her boo. Well, she used the N-word, but I'm gonna just say her boo. And was like, yes, that's my boo. And, you know, basically claiming him as her boyfriend. First of all, Ashley. He don't claim you, sis. And you should have never did that. Period. Even if there were no cameras around, you shouldn't even claimed him to Bar. You should have never claimed him, period. Second of all, you should have never claimed him on TV, sis. Like, what is you doing? And then he turns around and not claims you, but then hops into Sky off a Black Ink cruise bed and is all on Instagram with her, and she taking care of him for months, until she tired of taking care of him. He got fucking triplets on the way with another female rapper from Chicago. Like, what is you doing, Ashley? Why, like, what is we doing? Like, no, that wasn't the move. That was not the move. You know what? But I'm going to come back and say this real quick, because I was going to be done with Ashley, but I want to say this real quick. That twerk scene wasn't the move. Ashley, you should never claim that dude because he didn't claim you. I know Bar upset you, but you shouldn't have let him get you out your character like that. I get it, but you shouldn't let him get out girl, my words. You shouldn't have let him get you out your character like that, because one, I don't care where you're from, and I don't care what people may think of you. I see the potential in you, Ashley, and I feel like you do have a good head on your shoulders. You know what direction you want to go. You can get there. But you let dudes like Bars, an opportunist who has triplets on the way, cloud your head and pump you up for a little bit, and then you end up falling off. Like, we need to get it together. This is what I see, and this is what I feel it is. Ashley, you are hurt because you invested so much money, effort, time, and a whole uterus and a baby to a dude that gave you nothing in return. And you're hurt by that. And I see it. That's what it is. That's why it's hard for her to let go. That's why it's hard for her to let Bar's antics go. That's why it's hard. I gotta get my nephew. And honestly, I'd be fucking pissed off too. I mean, from what it sounds like, based on what Ashley says, she got nothing out of the deal. He never had a job. She always had to financially take care of him. He never got his GED. He didn't have to carry or push the baby out. It wasn't like he was at home cooking and cleaning every day. He was going out doing his thing. His mama was drama, and she was always arguing with his mama. Like, and then he put his hands on her at one point, and then he was disrespectful with her parents at one point. Like, it just seems like she got nothing out of the deal, and all he did was stress her out and get her pregnant. Like, that's literally what it sounds like. Now, I'm not saying that obviously they had good times. Obviously they loved each other. Obviously they had good moments, good times. Obviously that's why Holly's here, right? But I'm just saying, like, when you look at the big picture, she didn't get a ring. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's back up. I forgot she did get a ring at one point. Okay, but that don't mean now. Okay, we gonna get to the ring and marriage in a second. But let me just say this: she did get a ring. I do remember that. However, it really doesn't count because at the end of the day, she had to give it back because he wasn't acting right. He wasn't providing. And because of that, they broke up and she gave it back. He abused her. Not regularly, but he did it once, and that's one time too many. He wasn't cooking and cleaning for her. He didn't get his GED. He had never had a job. She said she had to take care of him pretty much the whole relationship. So, I mean, like, what did she get out of it? And I think she's hurt and angry about that. Like, I won't say angry, but I do think she was hurt. In this season, from when they were recording during that area, that time, I do think she probably was still hurt and feeling some type of resentment at the fact that she spent all this time, all this money, effort, emotional, everything. She put up, pretty much gave everything to him. And she didn't get nothing in return. Not really, but a headache. Really, I mean, I'm just saying when you look at the big picture. So, I mean, she has every right to be upset. But at the end of the day, sis, you knew what you was fucking on. And you just gonna have to just let Petty Boots get upset when he gets upset. Don't let it get under your skin. As long as he's not going overboard and being like hella disrespectful, just like let it go. Don't give him nothing to go crazy off of. Don't give him the ammo. You know, if you have a new dude, you don't need to know. If that's not your dude, don't tell him. And this dude that you're talking to is not your dude, so you should have never claimed him. And ladies, seeing Ashley and other women, because I know y'all know women that have gone through what Ashley has gone through and worse when it comes to having these babies for men, and they're not being accountable, they're not providing, they're not doing what they're supposed to do, and they're not helping you the way they should, and being the men they're supposed to be, which are leaders, because it says, for those of you who believe in religion and stuff, doesn't it say that men are leaders, they're the head? Doesn't it say that? Ladies, we need to start fucking on men who are leaders. Men who are men. Not these little boys. Stop worrying about swag. And who's sexy and cute and, that matters. I'm not going to say it don't, but at the end of the day, that's not going to pay your bills. That's not going to help you take care of your kids. That's not going to be faithful to you. Like, you need to vet these men. Not just fuck on them and fuck with them because they're cute or they got swag. Or they're the cutest D-boy on the block. Like, vet these men. Find a man who's a man. Not a boy, a man. Vet him. Okay? And then if he treats you right and puts a ring on your finger, then he will prove to be worthy. And once you're married, then give your womb. Okay? Pregnancy is too hard, and giving birth hurts too goddamn much for us women to be out here just getting pregnant and giving birth to just any dude out here who just has a dick. Like, we need to be more cautious of who we're willing to die on the labor table for, okay? Because we're not doing that. I'll be damned if I give birth to this dude's baby and die on the table and lose my life trying to give birth to his baby. He didn't even show up to the birth. And he don't even take care of the kid. Like, I'll be damned. Like, we need to do better with choosing who we give our wombs to. Alright, so clearly we're going to end the review with Kaya and T's situation. Now, Kaya is pretty much depressed that T broke up with her and she wants T back. T is not talking to her. Basically, Kaya's mom is like, listen, I love you guys both and I love T, but I don't want to see you guys back together because all you guys do is argue, and I feel like you guys need to focus on being by yourself and focusing on yourself, and then once you could be okay by yourselves for a while, then maybe you could talk about getting back together. And I totally agree, but you know how it is when you're in love and you're young, you want to be with them so bad you don't care. And honestly, I ain't gonna lie, Kaya has some toxic traits. Now, I do feel bad for Kaya's situation a little bit sometimes, and I do feel like it does suck that she's so young and she has a lot of growing up to do so quickly, but it just is what it is. It just happens, and unfortunately, sis, you fucked on the wrong day and you got pregnant. And I won't say the wrong day, because obviously your baby's beautiful as fuck and he's so cute, so I don't mean it like he's a mistake, but I'm just saying, like, if you wasn't trying to get pregnant, you fucked on the wrong day. Okay? But, it happened and you gotta grow up, and unfortunately, like, you can't have that toxic trait, sis. Like, you can't be out here, like, getting mad because somebody accidentally dropped the water bottle. You cannot be out here, like, cussing TAs out every time she walks out the house. Like, and I understand you have trust issues. I understand that, and I'm not blaming you because obviously you learned it from somewhere. So maybe you see your mom and dad have a toxic relationship, or maybe your dad was toxic, and I'm not trying to accuse people, but I'm just saying, you learned it somewhere. So, and then probably on top of that, she might have a toxic personality, or like an aggressive personality, I should say. And then who knows what sign she is, because that can also matter too, because if she's like, I don't really know too much about every other sign. The only sign I really know about is Aquarius, because that's the only sign I care about. But, depending on what sign she is, that can also contribute to the way she is too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this factors into it, so I don't 100% blame her. However, she could do better. She needs to learn how to get a better handle and control on her emotions when she's upset, when she's angry, when she's sad, when she's mad, because she just goes from here to here, and it just be like, whoa. And that's why T's trying to leave, because she's tired of it, and T needs a break, and I get it. And T, like I said, she's young, and I need y'all to understand this. T.A. is young. She's not like, and she even said it herself. She said, I feel like that's my baby, but they're not my baby though. And she right, they're not her baby though. They're not. So at the end of the day, she's 17 years old, still in high school. She's too young to be playing stepmama when she's not legally married to this girl. She's underage. We keep forgetting that. And this is not biologically her child. So she has every right to feel like, hey, hold on, whoa, I'm still young. This is too much. Too much arguing. I'm unhappy. Gotta dip. I'm sorry, I love you, but I'm out. I feel it. I get it. Honestly, in this episode, I learned to like Tiaza more. I already liked her first off. I like her. I like her personality. She's dope to me. But this episode made me like her more because I feel like a lot of things she was saying was making a lot of sense. And she's right. Everything she was saying was 100% right. And, she had problems in the past. She admitted that. She cheated. She knows. And I don't condone cheating. I don't usually, really take the person who cheated in the past side because I don't like cheating. I don't condone that. Like, and I understand everyone makes mistakes. That's why I do look past it. But I'm just saying, like, normally I'd just be like, but I like her. And she makes a lot of good, valid points when she was both talking to her friend and also when she was talking to Kaya. Everything she was saying when she was talking to Kaya was right. It made 100% sense. But because Kaya's still in love and she's upset, like I said, she goes from here to here. As soon as she heard Tiaza say, I don't think we should be together right now, she just started going crazy. And it was just like, everything she's saying is true, Kaya. And I feel like Kaya knows everything Tiaza is saying was true. But she wants her back because she loves her. She's upset. And she just wants her back because she wants her back. And she wasn't hearing what she wanted to hear. And she started throwing a tantrum. Yeah, I do believe she was genuinely upset. But I also think she was doing all that crying and like, because she was kind of throwing a tantrum. Because she was kind of trying to get Tiaza to feel sorry for her and just do what she said. Period. I know the games. I don't care what y'all say. And like I said, you can kind of tell Kaya has a toxic trait. And I don't know if she's like this with everybody, but I can say in this relationship, she's kind of like that. And you could tell. And like, you could tell she was kind of trying to throw a tantrum to try to get Tiaza to feel bad for her. And honestly, in the end, go back with her. But it wasn't working. Like, because Tiaza knows her and she knows the game. And Tiaza knows what she wants. And she's tired of it. Obviously, it's that toxic for her to where she's like, I don't care what you do, I'm not going with you. So that's my review. I'm going to do the reaction album to Tink's new album. I'm going to react to it right now. I said I was going to do that, and I was supposed to do that video first, but I did this one first because I didn't think I was going to have time to do both. And I noticed more people wanted for me to do this video over the Tink one. I did a poll on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you want to. Also, I know this season's over, so I was just like, let me just get it out the way. But since I have a little extra time, I'm going to do the album reaction to Tink's new album. So go watch that if you feel like watching some more Sonya J, or if you want to hear some music, okay? So I'll see you soon. Subscribe if you want to. Like this video if you like it. And comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. If you agree with me, that is cool. If you don't agree with me, that's fine too. Comment down below. We can talk about it. Just don't be disrespectful. And I'll see you soon. Bye.